This is Jeff J. Brown, China Writing Radio Sinoland, and I hope you all notice a difference. Yesterday, finally, my wife and I received our crate, our crate of about 5 cubic meters of stuff that we shipped from Thailand. And if you don't know the story, of course, after 16 years in China, my wife wanted to change, so we moved to Thailand to retire. And then, COVID hit, and then we had to come back in July 2020 because of a family emergency. And we couldn't go back to Thailand because they closed the borders. So we decided to retire here permanently in France. And so anyway, finally got our stuff, and my daughter, who was stuck in Thailand for 5 months because she couldn't go back to China to graduate from Beijing Normal University in June. She did her thesis online and argued her thesis in front of the committee online. Anyway, we finally got our stuff yesterday, and the light, my daughter bought me this nice round light, the LED, studio light with the tripod and all that. So I am trying to, I'm hoping this is better. If it's not, I'm trying, the green screen I got, which I ordered actually from AliExpress, is just real dark, so I'm having a hard time getting it to work, to try to get it to where I'm visible and behind me's visible and the pictures. Anyway, I've been really, really struggling. So let's see what happens today. This is a follow-up to my rant, or my previous rant about the crappy service that Patreon provides, being a monopoly, setting its prices, and basically has no competition for what they do. And I had contact with a Chinese supplier since we got back from Thailand. I just want to share with you the difference, why Western consumer companies generally provide awful service compared to the Chinese. And I will give you another example. In the shipment that we got yesterday, I got my Rode mic. $120 I paid for this thing. You can see I have a toothpick stuck in where the cable goes from the mic to my computer. Well, there's a short. It needs to be, and I'm not even using it because I can't, because it's broken. In fact, I can just go ahead and unplug it. And I contacted Rode in Australia, $120 mic. And they said, oh, well, you have to ship it to Indonesia to get it repaired. I'm going, let me see, 60, 70 million people in Thailand, 80 million in Vietnam, another, 20 million, 10 or 15 million in Cambodia and Laos. I don't know how many in Burma, Malaysia. You all can't put a repair shop on mainland Asia so that we don't have to ship stuff by airmail, at high cost. It's just like no Chinese company that was selling microphones would survive because some competitor would come in and take all the business away from Rode. Because who wants to ship a $120 that weighs, weighs about a half a kilo with all the, probably a kilo. So I'm going to spend a lot of money shipping it down there to even just find out what it costs. And, and then they're going to charge me to ship it back. Anyway, typical Western consumer service. It's crap compared to the Chinese. And so here's another anecdotal cautionary tale. I had a, the Sony Walkman, sports Walkman, that you can swim with. It's waterproof and everything. Well, I had it for a couple of years. I bought it in Shenzhen. Well, about a month and a half ago here in France, it finally quit working. It wouldn't charge anymore. Yeah, the thing costs $75. They don't give them away, Sony, and so I'm sitting there going, well, obviously I need to change the battery. They just need to change the battery. So I went through a huge amount I probably spent 2 or 3 hours going online, emailing Sony repair shops here in France, trying to get on Sony USA, trying to get on Sony France, online, making phone calls to Sony, repair shops here in France, and come to find out that you can't replace the battery. It is built to be obsolete. You have to go out for one little frickin' battery. You have to go out and buy another $75 Sony Sports Walkman. So I get on YouTube and I'm looking, well, how do you replace the battery? Can I do it myself? Again, just like, what are you people thinking? And I realize Japan is, Sony's Japanese, but that's, apparently they are used to providing American style, European style service. Anyway, so I just said, okay, so what did I do with my $75 Sony Walkmans? I put them in the recycling. I just had to throw it away. And so I said, I'm never going to buy another Sony product as long as I live, if I can sure avoid it. And so I started getting online and, Sports Walkman. And there's a site in France called Cdiscount. It's like Amazon and an online retailer. And I see this headset called Tayogo, Tayago. Obviously, I thought, well, it's either Chinese or Japanese or something like that. And so, and the price was 18 euros for a set, not $75, which is about 60 or $65, 60 or 65 euros, but 18 euros, including freight. And I went ahead and pitched in a couple. Wait, that included the 2-year warranty. I got it was only 16 euros, 8 gigabytes of RAM. Yeah, I mean, of storage and everything. I thought, what have I got to lose? And and you can see Sony has gotten that monopoly market, fixed price, control the price. They really don't have any competition, and so for waterproof style headsets that you don't have the MP3 like on your swimsuit or whatever. It's actually incorporated into the headset when you put it on your head. So anyway, I get this Tayogo, and I'll actually put a couple of pictures of it on the green screen behind me. And it worked okay. It worked okay. I could not get it to get out of shuffle. And the book said hold down on this button for 5 seconds and it'll switch to sequential. I couldn't get it to work. It would sometimes just stop playing. And so I thought, well, immediately, and I looked, it's Tayogo. It's a Shenzhen, China company. I lived there for 3 years. And so they had 2 emails. They said, anything you need, anything you want, just let us know. So I contacted them, and they said by email, and they said, "Well, please leave a what do they call it? What's it called? A review on Amazon." And I said, "Well, I couldn't." But they said, "Take a screenshot of your review on Amazon." I did the same thing for CD discount or C discount. Interestingly, the actual Tayogo arrived from Amazon, so C discount is subbing with Amazon. But anyway, so I took a picture of my review, and I gave them 4 stars because I mean, I said good value for the money. I mean, you back out, okay, 16 for the headset, 20% 20% VAT in France on electronics. So now you're down to about 13 euros that Amazon or whatever. I mean, they probably make this thing for 10 euros. And I thought, so I gave him 4 stars, and I said, it works great in water. I mean, you can go underwater with it and everything, no problem. I said, I did have a problem with it, stopping once in a while, and I cannot get it to leave shuffle. And so, and they immediately, now this is the difference. They immediately reply back, "Oh, Mr. Jeff Brown, we are so sorry. You must have gotten a bad unit. We're going to send you another one." So, I mean, it's just like they're talking to me, they're communicating with me. And so I get this new unit. I still have a hard time. I still can't get it out of shuffle. So, and it does, and a couple of times it pauses, it'll just like stop, and then I'll hit the button on the back. It's the thing's behind your neck, and so I very nicely emailed him back, and I said, the guy's name is Jason. His English or adopted name. Obviously, he's Chinese. And I said, "I'm really sorry, but this is the second unit I've gotten, and the shuffle still doesn't work, and it still does stop once in a while." And I was very nice. I said, "Listen, you've got a good product here. You just, instead of trying to be so cheap, put a couple of bells and whistles in, a button to switch it from shuffle to a sequential, and work on the hard drive a little bit more, and maybe get a better USB, because basically it's just a little USB chip in there." And they reply back, and they say, "Thank you for your support, and we really appreciate your comments, and we promise you that we will look into this, and you will get the new version. You'll get the new version when it's ready." What can I say? You just, what can I say? They're going to end up, taking a ton of business away from Sony because they're 1/4 the cost, and they actually talk to me. They're actually someone to talk to. So that's just a very cautionary tale for Tayogo, and I still use it, but and occasionally, and I've just gotten used to it right now. It doesn't leave shuffle. That's okay. It's not the end of the world. And occasionally, it does. It stops playing, and I just hit the forward button, and anyway, that is why Chinese companies are so successful in the consumer market, because they listen to their customers, and they respond to their customers, and they care about making their customers happy. I don't even know if they're making any money yet. Toyota, who knows? Anyway, Jeff J. Brown, Patreon and Sony, and 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 I found my Toyota. Talk to you later. Bye bye.